Hi, welcome to a soothing Feldenkrais lesson. When you're ready, come to lie all the way down on your back. And just take a moment to sense and feel your contact. And notice your hands and fingers, the space between your fingers, your feet and toes, and the space between your toes. And now breathing as though you could breathe all the way down to your fingers and toes on the inhale. And now very slowly make a movement with one hand where you will inhale to turn the palm in the opposite direction. So if it's face down, you'll put it face up. If it's face up, you'll put it face down. And as you inhale, it goes in one direction, and as you exhale, it goes in the other. And you're going to time this movement to your breathing. So take as long as the breath takes to roll the palm in one direction and the other, taking as long as it takes for your breathing. And noticing any places where the movement skips or stops, or where it's smooth as you roll over your pinky. Notice if the movement is slower or faster after a moment. And the next time the palm gets face down or face up, wherever you prefer it, pause and notice the difference between your two hands. Continue to rest on your back. For anyone who needs to see, I'm going to demonstrate in seated, but lie on your back, and now with your other wrist, as you breathe in one direction, you orient it in one way, and then the other direction is the exhale. So inhaling, turning the palm up or down, and then exhaling and returning it. Rolling over your pinky finger and taking the whole length of the breath to turn your hand. Noticing if you can feel that turning up into your elbow, into your chest, or any other part of your body. Letting the wrist be guided by your breath, as though your breath is conducting the movement. And the next time you arrive back, just pause there and rest. And notice any lingering sensations in your hands and fingers, arms, or anywhere else you notice. Notice if the breath is different or your contact has shifted on the floor or on your bed. And when you feel ready to inhale again, let's do both hands together. So you'll take both hands and you'll slowly bring them in one direction as you inhale and the other direction as you exhale. They're resting on the floor. And following your breathing. Letting the hands be guided by your breath. Taking the full inhalation to turn in one direction and the full exhalation to turn in the other. And the next time that you return, pause and rest. And again, notice any lingering sensations in the hands and arms or anywhere else in your body. And when you feel ready, we're going to do a new pattern. So listen to me describe it first as you rest on your back. Also, your eyes can be closed if they're not already, if you'd like. New pattern will be to inhale the hands in one direction, pause, exhale as they rest there, inhale them back, and then take the exhalation to rest. Seeing if you can Match the timing for your inhalation and exhalation. So again, the palms go in one direction as you inhale, and they pause there as you exhale. They go in the other direction as you inhale, and they pause as you exhale. You can also do the reverse of this. And it's very much like box breathing, just getting that breath regular and pausing for the same length of time that you take to breathe in. So as you pause on the exhalation, make sure you pause for the same amount of time. And then let that go and pause and just rest and feel your hands. Sense your body and feel your breathing. And now we'll do a new pattern, so listen to me describe it first. We're going to inhale and turn the hands in one direction and back for the inhale. And then as you exhale, same thing, one direction and back. So there's two movements within each part of the breath. Two movements for the inhalation and two movements for the exhalation. And again, follow the breathing. When you're about halfway through with the inhalation, turn the hands in the other direction. So it's a whole cycle of the hand movement for the inhalation and a whole cycle for the exhalation. And now we'll add in an extra cycle of holding at the top of the inhalation. So you inhale as you turn the hands in one direction and the other. Hold the breath at the top as you turn the hands the same amount of slowness in one direction and the other. And then exhale one direction and the other with the hands. So 3 parts to the breathing. The hands turn as you inhale. They turn as you hold the breath, same slowness of movement, and they turn as you exhale. And let's add in a hold at the exhale too, so we have 4 parts to this breathing. So inhaling with the hands rolling in one direction and the other, holding at the top of the inhale, exhaling, and holding at the bottom of the exhalation. Letting the movement of the hands be steady and regular, as though even when you're holding your breath, they move exactly the same. 4 parts to your breathing. And then let this go and just pause and rest. Resting your hands, resting your arms, and noticing your contact and your breathing. How is your breathing now? When we combine the movement of the hands with the breath, something very magical happens. Notice what you sense now. And when you feel ready, you can have the legs long or in standing. Keep them long if it's comfortable. Interlace your fingers and bring your hands to your belly. So your hands are interlaced with hands on your belly. The legs can be long or straight. And start to make a movement of turning the hands in one direction and the other. If you need to look, I'm demoing the movement. So the hands are together, crossover in the fingers, and they're turning so that the palms face up like a bowl, and then the palms roll over the belly and use the belly like the floor, and then maybe they face the other direction, you see. And the whole time you're breathing, taking your time. In no hurry at all. In no rush to go far or do anything much. Just feel the belly take the weight of the hands. So that it becomes even more passive. Pause and rest for just a moment in any position that feels comfortable. Once again, interlace the hands, and you can do it the habitual way or the non-habitual way, which just depends on which thumb is on top. So if you want to play with it, you can do it in a different way. But however you have your hands interlaced, habitually or non-habitually, once again, place them on the belly, and this time begin to roll them, and then let the left hand completely stop working, so the right hand is doing all the work. And it's kind of like the fingers are turning around the fingers of the left, but the left hand remains passive. And the right hand continues the movement of the turning. The palms up in one direction and the other. Left hand is passive. And then bring them back together, moving together. Notice if the left arm or hand is a little freer. Check in with your breathing. And then do the same thing with the right hand. Let it be passive and let the left hand drive the movement. And the right hand is doing nothing. You might be twisting, turning around the fingers like jelly. And then bring them back together. Still breathing. And now have them go in opposite directions. So one goes up as the other goes down. And now the fingers are really twisting around each other like jelly. Just feel that twist as they go in opposition. One wrist goes in one direction, the other goes in the other direction. Nice twist in the wrists and fingers. And then let that all go. Pause and rest on your back. And just feel any lingering sensations in your hands or anywhere else in your body. And now let's interlace the fingers once again in either way and place them on the chest with elbows out. And from here, roll. You're right over your sternum, right above the breast. And you're just rolling up and down on your sternum as you breathe. And just finding this new position, noticing where you can rest, what parts of your body can let go as you do this. Where can you breathe easier? And let's take this and move it over to one shoulder. So you'll kind of be like an airplane, one elbow's up, the other's down. That's okay. See if you can keep them in a straight line as much as possible. I don't know how straight I am, but just see if you can find some straightness there in the wrists. And you're over one shoulder, same movement, with as much contact as you can find there. And then bring this to the other shoulder and do the same thing. The wrists are turning over the shoulder. And then come back to the sternum and just roll up and down and see if that got any easier or freer somewhere in the ribs, arms or hands. Pause once again, rest the arms. And now bring the fingers together once again, crossing them over. And this time have the palms face up and come to the chin. And roll up and down on your chin as the face faces the ceiling. You're going to roll up and down over the chin with the back of your palms. Let's take this to the top of the forehead where the hairline is. And once again, same movement. See if you can start to look up as the palms go up. And look a little down as the palms go down, going with the movement of your palms. And then take your hands and place them under the head and rest them there. As long as it's comfortable. If it's not, you find a different position. And feel here your eyes. The back of your eyes where we see from is a little bit behind in the head. And just feel that you're cradling the back of where you see. Allow your eyes to sink back towards your hands that are now so soft from moving. Breathing. With eyes closed, notice what you see. If there's a velvety darkness, if there's any spots or designs. And now take the hands under the head and take them a little bit up and down. So they're doing that same movement they were just doing, and they won't go as far, but it might tilt your head a little bit in one direction and the other. And now have them go in the opposite direction from each other. On the floor, the hands are behind the head and they're moving in opposition. You have the weight of the head, but you're still turning. And then take them together again. Now go ahead and take the hands out from under the head and place them over the eyes, covering the eyes with elbows in the air. Make sure your eyes are covered but not touched by your palms so that they have some space. And just shutting out the light for a moment here. Fingers can cross over each other in the middle. And just breathing. And if you need to move your elbows a little in and out to make sure that the shoulders are comfortable, you can do that. And here just once again, allowing the eyes to sink all the way back. Feeling that you can see from further behind in your head. Letting the energy of all that movement of the hands pour into the eyes for healing. Bringing the hands down when you're ready. And once again, just inhale the palms in one direction and exhale them in the other and see how this movement is now. Is it any smoother or easier with the breath? Noticing whatever you can. Pause when you're ready. Roll to your side. And come all the way up to a seated position. And just rest your hands on your knees and notice if you can easily make movements with your hands that are a little more graceful, a little bit easier, a little bit slower. Really slowing down and feeling the movement in the hands. I hope that brought everything together for you and made you feel incredible today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back with more lessons for hands, eyes, and softness soon. Have a great day.